everyone. We have the distinct pleasure now of talking with Peter Desenko, who is the producer for Bonk, Brink of Extinction. Peter, how you doing today?
I'm very good, very good. It's the first day, so I'm awake and ready to rock and roll.
Very cool. Now, of course, Bonk is a video gaming staple. He's been around since the TurboGrafx. How was it to make a new chapter in this long and storied franchise?
Well, it was a little scary. There's a fair amount of people that are expecting maybe a certain kind of game, so we're hoping we can bring that classic Bonk, but at the same time kind of modernize it for the new consoles and the new kind of expected gameplay for games these days.
Now, the title's Brink of Extinction, so from the sound of things, it doesn't sound like Bonk is in a really good place right now.
No, there's a giant meteor headed towards Earth, and he's got to go through various worlds and try and save the world from getting, exploded by this meteor. So yeah, it's not good. It's dire, even.
It's the Brink of Extinction.
Yeah. Yes.
Now, of course, Bonk, classic Bonk gameplay uses his head as his main weapon. What kind of special power-ups does Bonk have in this game to help him take on the various foes that he'll face?
Yeah, so what we're doing this time is we're using something called transformations, which you will acquire as you go through the level, as you go through the game. So the first one you get, and now let me see if I do this right, is ice. And so that'll be you be able to freeze things like enemies or poop, for instance. The raptors will, well, you'll have to play the game, but you'll see. Just try freezing all the projectiles. We'll leave it at that. So as you acquire these power-ups, you move through the game, you use them to unlock different challenges, more like puzzles, where you have to freeze an enemy, for instance. He sits on a pressure plate as an ice cube, and then you can progress through the other parts of the level. So there's a number of them. I don't know if we've talked about all of them yet, because some of them are pretty weird, because it's a Bonk game. So people just need to get in there and play and see what kind of power-ups they can come up with.
Now, can you stockpile your power-ups, or is it just there'll happen to be one nearby for that particular puzzle?
No, you can stockpile them and then you can cycle through them. So you can acquire as many as the game supports, and then you pretty much can use whatever you want in any situation. You'll always have unlimited head bonks, but the other ones are controlled by primordial ooze. You have to pick up the ooze, and you've got a little gauge that tells you, how much you have left, so you can't use it indefinitely, but you can definitely use any one you want, and some people will find certain ones are better than others. I have a couple that I like to play with a lot, so yeah, there's a lot of room for your own play style.
Very cool. Now, there's also a co-op mode to this, is that correct?
Yes, there is. That's correct.
Now, how does that work? Is there two Bonks? Does he have a sidekick, or?
There's two Bonks, and you play through pretty much the same game, but with two players. There's some areas that are easier to get to with two players, but can be can be reached with one player as well. So it's just a cooperative drop in, drop out. There's not a lobby. If you're playing an online game, your buddy can just join your game without having to go through a lobby system. So it's pretty easy.
So it has both online and local co-op?
Yes, it does, on both.
Very cool. Now, of course, this is going to be out for XBLA, correct?
Yes, that's our first SKU. Yeah, and then most likely the other ones as well following.
All right.
Yeah.
And when can we see Bonk Brink of Extinction on XBLA?
Sometime soon. It's in final QA right now, but we haven't picked a launch date exactly yet.
Very cool, Peter. Thanks for your time, man.
Hey, thank you. So this is a very classic Bonk game mechanic right here with the climbing waterfalls. That has been around for every Bonk game. No, another one. Oh, and I died again? This is awful footage. Oh, and it says game. You'll have to...
And cut.